Right, so just very quickly to go into what's happening in the world at the moment. Obviously, these are unprecedented times. At the moment, with FIS, what we're trying to do is work through a clear strategy. The first part of that is keeping members informed. So you should be getting, and if you're not, please let me know after this, a daily bulletin. We've got a website page that's been set up, and we're really trying to be punchy and on point. We're trying to ignore all rumour, speculation, and just report back the news feeds that we're getting directly from the civil service. So we're getting updates straight from the civil service, and we're sharing everything we possibly can. We're also getting cracking support from Build UK and Construction Products Association. So that information is vital to us. We're also reaching out and speaking to as many members and encouraging members to ask us the questions that they have so we can prioritise, because the truth is we're going to leave no stone unturned to help you through this and do our very best over the next six weeks or however long this is going to last to make sure that the best possible support is available to our members. The best way for us to target that is to deal with the questions and the live problems that you're facing. So please do feed those in. Never feel like, I've had a couple of people say, I know you're busy. Really, that's the least of your worries, how busy I am. Just get the questions to us and we will move heaven and earth and leave no stone unturned to try and find as precise and clear answers as we can. Obviously, the other thing is the influence side of things. So the more intelligence we have of what's happening on the ground from you guys, the better we can feed that in, and informed government can make more sensible decisions. At the moment, we're working through the Construction Leadership Council in terms of, we've got direct dialogue with the civil service. We're working through the Construction Leadership Council, who are directing the cabinet at the moment. So that we're represented there. The priority is to keep sites open. That's the absolute priority at the moment. And I have just had a notice, literally just before we started, that the government, all major construction procurers within government are doing all they can to keep projects open. So that's some hopefully good news for some of us. We know that there's problems in the smaller end of the marketplace now, with clients not giving access to buildings and effectively that postponing or cancelling jobs. And again, we are trying to get some good advice through from government on what they should be doing, because we are also hearing some positive news around universities and some schools trying to prioritise getting work done in a period of enforced shutdown. So again, keep us in the loop, and we'll keep sharing all the information that we have. Beyond that, the second priority is emergency package and support if we cannot keep sites open. And again, you'll have seen in the update this morning, I shared some of the ideas that we've been talking about in a blog that I'd written. But again, keep feeding your views in. One of the concerns we have at the moment is that the loans for big companies may not be accessible to construction companies because of the credit rating within them. We haven't got any more detail on the British business loans at the moment. But again, as soon as we do, we will make sure that information is available to you. As soon as we get it, you'll have it. Obviously, the next thing we're doing is trying to develop resources. So far on the website, we've added a risk management tool. We've got some advice for labour-only subcontractors, and we've been just producing, as and when we've been getting questions, we've been producing resources that we feel will help answer some of those questions. The next thing we're starting to work on is a scenario planning tool and trying to look at some of the scenarios. At the moment, we're looking around sites stay open but offices close, businesses as usual-ish, and obviously then what happens and what support businesses would need and what action would need to be taken in the event of a shutdown. We are using our network and reaching out to our network, and the plan is next week to start doing a series of webinars supported by experts from within our community. I think the fear we all have is listening to the media at the moment, we hear Barry from Basildon's view, and no disrespect if Barry from Basildon is on the line, but what we do need to do is reach out to the experts and also look at the advice that we need for people who may be working from home and not used to that, and helping us to manage teams that may be more remote from an admin side. We were pretty good at doing that from a construction side. And then the final bit is community, and we're talking to suppliers as well about any support packages they're putting together in order to ensure that as many of us come out the other side of this as is possible. So hopefully that gives you an overview. As I say, start firing any questions in now, and then we'll pick those up. But I'd like to hand you across now to John Bradley, who's kindly agreed to join the call today. It's a busy time for him as well. John's the managing partner at Reynolds Coleman Bradley, and he's also a board member of JCT. So originally he was going to join us just to talk about how the JCT contracts are developing and some of the amendment clauses. But I say I'm sure you're going to have lots of questions for John. So I've had you across to John now, and thanks for your attention so far.
Okay, thank you very much, Ian. My name, as Ian said, is John Bradley. I'm the managing partner of Reynolds Coleman Bradley, who are a firm of solicitors based in the City in London. We very much specialise on construction matters, and as Ian said, for my sins, I'm also a director of JCT. And prior to becoming a solicitor and practising in law for the last 20 years, I used to have the humble job of being a quantity surveyor. So the construction industry is an industry I know and love, and have worked within it in one form or another for the past 35 years. The purpose of my talk today is really to talk about JCT contracts, but in light of events, Ian has asked if I could take some questions, etc., on COVID-19, the effects of that, force majeure, etc., and I'm very happy to try and assist you all and answer any questions you may have a bit later on in the presentation. Now, just to let you know, I'm going to be talking, as I said, about JCT contracts. And so I'll start off from a very sort of high-level type of overview about JCT contracts, because I anticipate and appreciate that there will be people with different knowledges of the JCT and the JCT contracts on the actual